I'm the Teacher of the Year.
Welcome back to another episode. So before we get started, I'm going to ask you to please hit that like button, click on subscribe, and click on that bell to get notified every time we have a new video. This whole channel is about my experience teaching. I just finished my first year of teaching. I do like day in the life and just events that are happening and just kind of what I'm doing in the classroom to set up and that sort of thing. So something interesting really happened, and I'm still kind of shocked, but I am a career and technology education teacher, CTE. That is like automotive and nursing and culinary and welding and all that sort of thing, and computer science and engineering. It's all these kind of job-related career like stuff that you can do and kind of go right out into the field even if you didn't have college, right? Although the goal is to get you to college. In fact, people who take CTE classes there's like a much better rate of them going to college than people who don't take CTE classes. So that's kind of what we teach. So the ACTE, the Association for Career and Technology Educators, it's a huge professional organization throughout the United States. Every year, each of their state chapters, here the Arizona chapter, picks from a bunch of nominations for a teacher to be, there's a bunch of awards, but for the one I've got, it's for New CTE Teacher of the Year. So, your first year, I guess. You may have seen my previous videos. I built an entire I teach computer science. And I teach coding classes, but two of my classes, or three of my classes this year were networking, where we build computers, we set them up on networks, and I had 4 different networks going on in the classroom, all in a hands-on lab that I built from parts on eBay, right? And from Goodwill. Like I found a Cisco router at Goodwill, and I reprogrammed it and brought it back to life, and it's working in the classroom. I did all that while I set up my classes with dual enrollment with one of the local colleges. I did a bunch of stuff. I led this whole, there's a Love Our School weekend that happens, I think in November, nationwide. And we had this huge patio area and there's no tables out there. And I was like, why don't we put tables out there? Let's buy some tables and, set them up so the kids have somewhere to sit and eat in our little building area, right? We have a huge cafeteria with a huge outside area, but in our building area or a specialized STEM area, the kids can eat there. And their response was, oh, we've got $8,000 worth of outdoor, furniture that we bought for that patio years ago in storage somewhere. And I was like, what? So I had basically said, look, I've got this whole DIY channel, DIY Project Guys. There's a link right here. I've got a lot of tools. I want that stuff. I want those tables, and I'm gonna get some kids, and we're putting them together. And they were like, all right, well, hang on. We've got this Beautify Our Campus thing, or Love Our Schools thing coming up. We've been looking for stuff to do. Why don't you lead that whole thing for that day? And it was a Saturday, November. So I said, I love it, right? So I got some kids together, and they showed up, and we built all these tables, and they're out there, and they're beautiful. There was just stuff throughout the year that I was doing that was kind of outside of my normal scope and sequence stuff, the normal stuff that I just kind of teach in the classroom. But it was my first year, and I kind of had to build my environment, right? I didn't have everything I need to teach the students, so I had to put all that together. So my coordinator, the person I report to, she thought it'd be a good idea to put me in, the running for this award. Now, this award is out of every career and technology strand, right? So, to be nominated and possibly win over all of the people in nursing and culinary and all that stuff, that was a long shot. She did the nomination, we wrote it up, she sent it in, and I never thought about it again. Seriously, this was just not something that I was expecting. And then we found, like, I got an email saying you've been selected. And I was like, what? Like, how is that possible, right? So I'm like, did you guys make a mistake? Like, are you sure it was a computer science person? Like, are you sure? And they're like, yes, it's you. You're the one. We read the letter. What you're doing is amazing. You're the one. And I was like, wow. So it's taken a while to sink in. And now it's on Facebook and the district website, and all the parents know about it. And I'm getting invited to this. I have to go to a conference in Tucson, the summer conference for all the CTE teachers, where they'll bring me on stage and do an award thing and all that. And like if you watch Plant-Based Stats, my other channel, I don't do live. I only do recorded videos because people are like, you got to do a live, and I'm like, I don't like being in front of people live, which is odd because I'm a teacher and I stand in front of people every day. But I really don't like tension. So, which is hard to believe, but I'm not an attention hog. I would rather hide in the shadows and let someone else shine than me be involved in any of that. So that's all going to have to change because now I've got this new CTE Teacher of the Year award. So I'm pretty excited. I've shared it with my students. I told my students, they just stood up and applauded. They were like, you deserve this, blah, blah, blah. We're so proud of you. So I've had the craziest first year of school. And at some point, I'm going to do a summary video. But I want to tell you guys how thankful I am, how proud I am of my students, for everything they helped me accomplish. Like all the stuff I built and did, I did with their help. It wasn't just me, right? I want to thank the people I work with. They have been supportive. As a first year teacher, they welcomed me in and they treated me like I was here for 10 years, right? No one's ever talked down to me. They've always watched my back to make sure that I've got everything covered. Hey, like, did you do this form here? We know that, you might need a little help here. Do this form here. I'm like, oh, okay, thank you. All the stuff I did with my Skills USA kids, right? We won a bunch of medals throughout the year, and now we're going to nationals in Atlanta in June. That's another whole thing. So even though it's summer vacation, right, like it's not for me. I just want to thank everyone. And I want to tell you how proud I am to be accepted for this award of New CTE Teacher of the Year. I absolutely love this job. I'm sad that school's over right now. I came in today because some students didn't pass their certification exam, so I offered for them to come in today so they could retake it, and they did. And then now they got to go home with a certificate they didn't have yesterday. So I took my time for that, my own time for that. But I'm all here for the kids, right? For the students, I'm here for them. And I love anything to do with being part of their education. Knowing that, they're on the path that I was on, knowing that they're interested in computer science, and being able to convey my skills to them, is a huge deal for me, right? Plus, being around 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, they keep me like relevant and thinking about things that are happening now. Otherwise, like I would just, be in a corner drying up somewhere, right? Like you can't not feel young and revitalized when you're around a bunch of teenagers, right? It was the last day of school yesterday. There were a lot of tears. Like I was crying, they were crying. It was really rough. I don't want to talk about it, so I'm going to start crying. But I'm going to see them all again in August. Oh, I only had 2 seniors, so I'm going to see them all again in August. As they won't have me again, but they'll walk around and they'll say hi. And every one of my students was an overachiever, and they were all amazing. So what a great year. I'm flattered and honored to be selected as the new CTE Teacher of the Year for Arizona. And I am gonna like hold that crown up and wear that sash and hold my head up high and make sure that I stand up to the example that everyone else before me has put together. All right, that's our video for today. Hit that like button, show us some love. Click on the subscribe button, click that bell, and you get notified every time we have a new video. Whenever they come out, and please leave a comment below. What are your thoughts on this? Like, can you believe this? My first year teaching, right? And I'm the CTE New Teacher of the Year. Like, how does that even happen, right? It has been an amazing ride, and I can't wait to do it all again next year. We'll see you next time.